Left my coat by the chapel door. Couldn't carry that weight no more. I had a name, I had a home. Now I walk this road alone. Mama cried in the kitchen light. Daddy worked through another night. Nobody asked what I had lost. Nobody knew what silence cost. I kept my pain behind my eyes, kept my hands busy, kept my words dry. Some men break where the world can see, some break quiet like me. The road kept quiet, so did I, with dust on my hands and the moon in my eyes. I lost my shelter, I lost my way, but I kept breathing one more day. I watched good men fade from town. Some got drunk and some laid down. Some lost faith, some lost pride. Some were living but dead inside. I learned hope ain't always bright. Sometimes hope just means one more night, one more step with a tired soul, one more prayer nobody knows. They said the dark would swallow me like rain into a thirsty creek, but something small beneath my chest kept beating when I needed rest. The road kept quiet, so did I, with dust on my hands and the moon in my eyes. I lost my shelter, I lost my way, but I kept breathing one more day. There are names I never say, there are debts I'll never pay. There are rooms inside my mind where I still leave the lights behind. But I am not the hurt I knew, I am not what I went through. I'm just a tired man, trying hard to stand. The road kept quiet, so did I, with dust on my hands and the moon in my eyes. I lost my shelter, I lost my way, but I kept breathing one more day. Till I found my faith, I lost my morning, I lost my home, but I found something still alive in my bones. So let the old road know my name, let the dark take back its claim. I'm not healed and I'm not whole, but I never sold my soul. If they ask what pulled me through, it was one more breath I held on to. No glory, no crown, no song of praise, just quiet roads and harder days. woke up with the same old weight, same old coffee, same old ache, same old boots beside the door, same old road asking for more. There was dust on the window frame, dust on a picture with my name, dust on the dreams I used to trust, and one more day of dust. Nobody calls it bravery when you live what no one sees. But every morning I stand up with one more day of dust, one more day of dust. One more mile to go, one more tired heart, moving quiet and slow. One more prayer unsaid, one more road to trust. I'm still alive in one more day of dust. I've seen strong men lose their hands to empty work in bitter land. I've seen good wives hide their tears behind the dishes and the years. I've seen love turn thin and pale like old paint on a broken rail. But even when the shine is gone, something plain keeps moving on. I used to wait for saving grace, like thunder rolling through this place. Now I know grace can be small, just standing after the fall. One more day of dust, one more mile to go, one more tired heart, moving quiet and slow. One more prayer unsaid, one more road to trust. I am still alive in one more day of dust. I don't need the sky to break, I don't need the earth to shake, I don't need a holy sign to make this sorrow mine. Just give me enough morning light to make it through another night. Just give me breath when hope feels thin, and I will start again. One more day of dust, one more mile to go, one more tired heart, moving quiet and slow. One more prayer unsaid, one more road to trust. I am still alive in one more day of dust, one more day of dust. But dust is not the end, it settles on the broken things and lets them rise again. So let the dirt stay on my shoes, let the old road bring its news. I have lost more than enough, but I am made of stubborn stuff. If tomorrow comes the same, with no clean sky and no new name, I'll lift my head because I must, and walk one more day of dust. left my name in a drawer somewhere, with an old shirt and my mother's prayer. There was a time folks knew my face before the years took up my place. I had a road, I had a plan, I had dirt on my working hands. But some storms don't come with rain, they just sit down inside your name. I never said how bad it got, never told them what I lost. Some men scream when hope runs dry, some just stare into the sky. I left my name behind where the hard days stay, in a house gone cold, on a road of clay. But I kept one breath, and I kept one flame. I lost almost everything, but I did not lose my name. Daddy said a man must stand even with blood on both his hands. Mama said the Lord still hears even when words disappear. I watched my own heart turn to stone in a rented room too far from home. There are nights that never end, there are wounds that call you friend. They thought the dark had made its claim, thought I was too far gone to change. But under every quiet scar, there was still one beating heart. I left my name behind where the hard days stay, in a house gone cold, on a road of clay. But I kept one breath, and I kept one flame. I lost almost everything, but I did not lose my name. Stone to tell the world I made it out of hell. I don't need a bell to ring or mercy from anything. I just need the morning light, one more step and one more night. If I can stand when daylight came, then maybe I still own my name. Where the hard days stay, in a house gone cold, on a road of clay. But I kept one breath, and I kept one flame. I lost almost everything, but I did not lose my name. I left my fear behind where the dead fields grow. I walked out slow with a tired soul, and if the dark calls back, I won't answer the same. I lost almost everything, but I did not lose my name. So let the night remember me as a man who bent but did not leave. Let the dust lay where it may, I am still here another day. No crown, no gold, no holy sign, just these hands in borrowed time. I came through sorrow, old and plain, and carried back my name. There was a time when hope was just a word, something kind that I had heard, not a thing I held at night, not a candle, not a light. I knew the floor beside my bed, knew every fear inside my head, knew the sound a man can make when there is nothing left to break. Nobody came to pull me through, nobody knew what I nearly knew. But somewhere under all that hurt, hope was more than just a word. When hope was just a word, I still whispered it low, through the ache in my hands, through the cold in my bones. When hope was just a word, I had nothing I could see, but a word can keep a man alive, when that word is all he needs. I watched the world keep passing by, with its clean shirts and easy lives, while I sat there with my shame, too tired to even curse my name. My mother said the dark will pass, my father said the strong ones last, but neither told me how to stand with empty rooms and shaking hands. I thought my road had lost its way, thought I had seen my final day. But breath by breath and hurt by hurt, hope became more than just a word. When hope was just a word, I still whispered it low, through the ache in my hands, through the cold in my bones. When hope was just a word, I had nothing I could see, but a word can keep a man alive, when that word is all he needs. I don't call it easy, I don't call it grace, I just know I saw the morning after staring down that place. Maybe faith is smaller than the stories people tell, maybe it's one quiet word at the bottom of the well. When hope was just a word, I still whispered it low, through the ache in my hands, through the cold in my bones. When hope was just a word, I had nothing I could see, but a word can keep a man alive, when that word is all he needs. When hope was just a word, it found a home in me, not loud enough to shake the sky, but strong enough to breathe. So if you find me walking slow, with older eyes than years can show, know I have been where silence stirred, when hope was just a word. And now I keep it close at hand, like a match in a broken man, small and plain, but still it burns. Hope was just a word. There's old wood beneath my feet. It knows the sound of tired dreams. It heard my father close the door, too warm to ask for anything more. It heard my mother softly pray when supper stretched another day. It heard the rain, it heard my name. It held the house through old wood pain. A home can hurt and hold you still, like roots wrap around a stubborn hill. I left that place, but all the same, I still carry old wood pain. Old wood, old pain, still remembers me. Every nail, every board, every family tree. Old wood, old pain, in the walls and rain. I walked away from that house, but not from what it gave. There's a window facing west, where the sunset used to rest. I stood there young and full of plans, with the whole world in my hands. Now I know what years can do. They take the many, leave the few. They leave a chair, a coat, a stain, in rooms that whisper old wood pain. I thought that leaving meant I'd heal, but some things follow what you feel. Some doors close, some still remain inside your chest, like old wood pain. Old wood, old pain, still remembers me. Every nail, every board, every family tree. Oh, wood, old pain, in the walls and rain. I walked away from that house, but not from what it gave. I don't curse the place I knew. It did the best that it could do. It kept us warm when times were thin. It let the broken people in. If I return with tired eyes, it ain't to ask the past why. It's just to stand there once again and thank the house that held my pain. Old wood, old pain, still remembers me. Every nail, every board, every every family tree. Oh, wood, old paint in the walls and rain. I walked away from that house, but not from what it gave. Oh, wood, old paint, where the quiet stayed, where love was tied, but never ran away. So let the porch lean toward the ground, let the empty room sleep sound. I'll leave my hand upon the frame and speak the old house by its name. No bright light, no holy chain, just what remains after the rain. A man, a door, a weathered grain. Old wood, old pain. The years went by without a sound, like old leaves falling to the ground. No great storm, no sudden flame, just little losses with my name. I watch my hands grow rough and slow, watch the boy in me let go. He didn't leave with one last cry, he faded quiet behind my eyes. Nobody heard what time can do when it takes the softest part of you. But somewhere in that silent grief, I found a heart, a kind of peace. The years didn't speak, but they told me enough. They taught me how to carry pain when carrying got rough. The years didn't speak, but they carved me deep. I lost the man I thought I'd be and found one I could keep. Mama's voice still comes around when the house gets too quiet now. Daddy's shadow by the door still asks me what I'm working for. I've had a love that couldn't stay, had faith that nearly walked away, had mornings where my tired chest felt too heavy to confess. They said the pain would pass in time, like rivers crossing county lines. But some old hurt don't ever leave, it only teaches you to breathe. The years didn't speak, but they told me enough. They taught me how to carry pain when carrying got rough. The years didn't speak, but they carved me deep. I lost the man I thought I'd be and found one I could keep. I don't need a reason now for every scar and every vow. Some things come and take their due and leave a quieter truth in you. If I seem far away sometimes, I'm counting old fault lines. Not to break, not to stay, just to know I found my way. The years didn't speak, but they told me enough. They taught me how to carry pain when carrying got rough. The years didn't speak, but they carved me deep. I lost the man I thought I'd be and found one I could keep. The years didn't speak, but I heard them still in the empty rooms, in the evening chill. So let the old days settle down like dust outside a dying town. I won't ask them to return. I know what loss was meant to burn. I have been changed by what I knew, by every road I stumbled through. The years stayed quiet, dark and steep, but they gave me one soul to keep. There's the road where I should go. It kept its mouth shut, moving slow. No sign from God, no hand to hold, just gravel, dust, and evening cold. I had a past I couldn't mend, a few old names I couldn't send, a heart that beat like borrowed time, and years I couldn't leave behind. Nobody told me how to heal, or how a grown man's hurt can feel. So I walked until my feet went numb and waited for the peace to come. The road didn't answer, but it let me stay. It didn't forgive me, but it showed me the way. With dust on my shoulders and shame in my hands, I kept moving forward like a tired man can. There was a house I couldn't save, a little yard, a shallow grave, a kitchen light that used to glow before the silence learned my home. I've seen love leave without a sound, seen strong men lay their burdens down. Not every fall makes people cry, some just happen behind tired eyes. They said time would clear the pain, like sun breaking after rain. But time just taught my soul to stand with nothing certain in my hands. The road didn't answer, but it let me stay. It didn't forgive me, but it showed me the way. With dust on my shoulders and shame in my hands, I kept moving forward like a tired man can. Maybe faith don't always show. Maybe heaven hears the ones who have no words beneath the sun. I don't need a shining sign. I don't need what once was mine. I just need this road to be long enough to carry me. The road didn't answer, but it let me stay. It didn't forgive me, but it showed me the way. With dust on my shoulders and shame in my hands, I kept moving forward like a tired man can. The road didn't answer, but it knew my name. It heard every silence I carried through pain. So I'll keep walking where it bends, past old beginnings, past dead ends. Not looking for a crown or throne, just somewhere I can stand alone. If the night asks where I've been, tell it I survived again. The road was quiet, cold and gray, but still it let me find my way. I used to laugh with my head thrown back, before the world found every crack, before the bills, before the rain, before I learned the shape of pain. I had a shirt my father wore, hanging by the bedroom door. Smelled like working old machine, like all the things he never dreamed. Nobody tells you growing old can make a warm heart turn to cold. But somewhere under what I lost, I found the man beneath the cost. And this is what the years did to me. They bent my back and bruised my soul. They took the boys from me and left a man who still walks slow. This is what the years did to me. They carved my name in quiet stone, but I'm on what they took. I am still here, still going home. I watched love leave without a fight, just packed its things and killed the light. I watched hope sit by the wall, too tired to answer when I called. There are roads that don't forgive. There are days you only live, not because the sky is clear, but because you're still here. They saw my face and called me cold, but they never knew the weight I hold. Some men learn to hide the flame when the fire becomes their name. This is what the years did to me. They bent my back and bruised my soul. They took the boy I used to be and left a man who still walks slow. This is what the years did to me. They carved my name in quiet stone, but I'm more than what they took. I am still here, still going home. don't blame the falling leaves, I don't curse what had to leave. Some things break so truth can show, some men hurt so they can grow. If my eyes look far away, I'm counting yesterday. Not to live there, not to stay, just to know I found my way. This is what the years did to me. They bent my back and bruised my soul. They took the boy I used to be and left a man who still walks slow. This is what the years did to me. They carved my name in quiet stone, but I am more than what they took. I am still here. This is what the years did to me. They made my silence deep and wide, but every breath I carry now is proof I did not die inside. So let the evening settle down, let the old road leave this town. I will walk with what remains, through the dust and through the pain. No bright crown waits for me, no clean road that I can see. Just these hands and memory, and what the years did to me. Kept a match inside my coat for all the nights I had no hope. Not for fire, not for flame, just to remember I had a name. The house got cold, the fields went dry. I learned to live without asking why. Some prayers fell flat on wooden floors, some never made it past the door. Nobody saw the quiet cost, nobody counted what I lost. But somewhere low where pain should be, there was still one light in me. There's still a last light in me, small as a candle, hard to see. When the road gets dark and the night won't leave, there's still a last light in me. I lost my way, I lost my pride, lost the boy I kept inside. But through the hurt and memory, there's still a last light in me. I watch my mother fade with grace, a tired smile on a tired face. She said, son, don't let this world turn your heart to stone. My father never spoke of fear, but I could see it year by year in the way he held his coffee cup and never once complained enough. I took their silence, took their pain, carried both through dust and rain. But what they left beneath my skin was strength enough to rise again. There's still a last light in me, small as a candle, hard to see. When the road gets dark and the night won't leave, there's still a last light in me. I lost my way, I lost my pride, lost the boy I kept inside. But through the hurt and memory, there's still a last light in me. myself a strong man. I don't know if that is true. I just kept breathing when breathing was all I could do. Maybe that is all faith is. Not a crown, not a sign, just a broken man still walking with one small light inside. There's still a last light in me, small as a candle, hard to see. When the road gets dark and the night won't leave, there's still a last light in me. I lost my way, I lost my pride, lost the boy I kept inside. Through the hurt and memory, there's still a last light in me. There's still a last light in me. After all I failed to be, not bright enough for all to see, but bright enough to carry me. So let the old road take its time, let the dark stand next to mine. I have been bent by grief and need, but there's still a last light in me. And when my hands begin to shake, when the morning feels too late, I hold that flame and let it be the last true light in me. I slept beside an empty chair with old smoke hanging in the air. The clock kept moving on the wall like it never knew I lost it all. There was a picture by the bed of younger eyes and words unsaid. I touched the frame and let it be. Some ghosts still sit too close to me. I thought the night would close my eyes and leave no room for one more rise. But somewhere under all that gray, my breathing made it to the day. When the morning found me, I was still alive, with dust on my sorrow, tears I couldn't hide. When the morning found me, I had nothing left to prove, just one more broken heartbeat, still trying to move. I knew men who never came back from the bottle or the railroad track. They didn't fall with a battle cry, they just got tired and closed their eyes. I nearly joined them more than once, with empty hands and hollow lungs, but something small inside my chest would not lie down and take its rest. No preacher called, no angels came, no holy fire, no healing rain, just a little light across the floor, and my old boots beside the door. When the morning found me, I was still alive, with dust on my sorrow and tears I couldn't hide. When the morning found I had nothing left to prove, just one more broken heartbeat, still trying to move. Maybe strength is not a shout, maybe faith is wearing out, maybe courage has no sound when it lifts you from the ground. I don't know why I stayed, I don't know what debt I paid, but I know the dark passed through, and I was still in the room when the morning found me. I was still alive, with dust on my sorrow and tears I couldn't hide. When the morning found me, I had nothing left to prove, just one more broken heartbeat, still trying to move. When the morning found me, I was not the same, but I held on to something the dark could never name. So let the day come slowly, let the old hurt take its time. I've made it through the shadow with no reason and no sign. If they ask what saved me, I won't dress it up with pride. The morning simply found me, and I was still alive. No one saw me fall that year. I kept my troubles out of ear, washed my face and closed the door, said I was fine like times before. I had a coat that smelled like rain, a pocket full of old mistakes. I had a robe beneath my shoes and nothing left I couldn't lose. Some men break where people stare, some break down with no one there. I learned to make my sorrow small, so no one saw me fall. No one saw me fall. No one heard the sound. I went down quiet and I got up from the ground. No one saw me fall, but I know where I've been. I lost myself in silence and found my way again. My mother kept her worries clean, folded them with faded jeans. My father never cried out loud, he just stared past every cloud. I guess I learned that kind of way, to hide the hurt and face the day. But even stone beneath the rain can slowly wear away. They Call me steady, call me strong. Never asked what I carry long. Sometimes pride is just a wall around the place you fall. No one saw me fall. No one heard the sound. I went down quiet and I got up from the ground. No one saw me fall, but I know where I've been. I lost myself in silence and found my way again. I don't need a public prayer. Some things happen deep inside, far from everybody's eyes. If I'm slower than before, it's because I carry more. But every step still proves to me I'm not what tried to bury me. No one saw me fall. No one heard the sound. I went down quiet and I got up from the ground. No one saw me fall, but I know where I've been. I lost myself in silence and found my way again. No one saw me fall, but morning saw me rise, with dirt upon my jacket and life still in my eyes. So let the world keep moving on, let it wonder where I've gone. I have been low where shadows crawl, but no one saw me fall. And if tomorrow calls my name, I'll answer soft and not with shame. I know the place beneath it all, when no one saw me fall. Hands don't shake from age alone, they shake from things I've carried home, from names I buried, debts I paid, from all the roads where I once strayed. These hands have held a mother's grief, a father's tools, a child's belief. They've closed some doors, they've dug some ground, they've held me up when I went down. Nobody sees what hands have known when a man has stood too long alone. But every line across my skin knows where the dark has been. Quiet hands carry heavy things, broken prayers and wedding rings. Quiet hands do what hearts can't say. They hold the night till it turns to day. I fixed a fence in freezing rain, with old regret behind my name. I washed the blood from my own sleeve, then learned there's more than one way to grieve. I held my face and did not cry when the last truck pulled out of sight. Some goodbyes don't make a sound, they just leave dust upon the ground. They call me cold, they call me still, but they never saw the iron will. A man can break and still remain, with quiet hands around his pain. Quiet hands carry heavy things, broken prayers and wedding rings. Quiet hands do what hearts can't say. They hold the night till it turns to day. I don't need these hands made clean, they have touched what life can mean. Dirt and sorrow, bread and loss, a working man's unspoken cross. If they tremble when I stand, let them tremble where I am. They have earned the right to show every mile they had to know. Quiet hands carry heavy things, broken prayers and wedding rings. Quiet hands do what hearts can't say. They hold the night till it turns to day. Quiet hands worn by time and flame, still reach for morning, all the same. So when my story leaves my chest and I lay these old bones down to rest, don't speak of all I failed to be, just lay my hands across me. They did not save the whole wide land, they did not always understand, but they held on when hope was thin and carried me back home again. There's a quiet part of me no one ever gets to see. It sits behind my tired eyes, counting every old goodbye. It knows the room where I broke down. It knows the road outside this town. It knows the names I do not say, and why I still look far away. Nobody asks where silence starts, or how it settles in a heart. But I have lived where don't reach, and learn what sorrow came to teach. There's a quiet part of me still holding on, still sitting with the hurt after everyone is gone. There's a quiet part of me still trying to believe. I lost so much along the way, but it never let me leave. My father carried work like stone, came home tired and sat alone. My mother kept the curtains clean, like pain was something left unseen. I learned that men can disappear while standing right in front of here. A body breathes, a mouth can smile, while the soul walks many miles. They thought I healed because I stood, because I did the things I should. But standing ain't the same as free when silence lives inside of me. There's a quiet part of me still holding on, still sitting with the hurt after everyone is gone. There's a quiet part of me still trying to believe. I lost so much along the way, but it never let me leave. I don't curse the quiet now. It stayed when I forgot how. It kept a chair beside my pain and waited through the hardest rain. Maybe peace is not a shout, maybe it just settles down like dust upon a window frame and calls you by your given name. There's a quiet part of me still holding on, still sitting with the hurt after everyone is gone. There's a quiet part of me still trying to believe. I lost so much along the way, but it never let me leave. There's a quiet part of me that knows I made it through. Not clean, not whole, not young again, but honest, warm and true. So if I speak a little slow, it's from the places I don't show. if I stare past what I see. It's just the quiet part of me. I woke up before the daylight came, with yesterday still in my name. Coffee cold and hands unclean from holding on to what I'd seen. There's a weight behind a quiet face, the kind of hurt that leaves no trace. You learn to smile, you learn to nod, and carry things you don't tell God. Nobody asked how deep it goes when a man keeps wearing his old clothes. Nobody sees the hidden cost of holding everything he lost. A man can only carry so much before his hands begin to shake, before the road beneath his feet starts asking what it takes. A man can only carry so much, but still he carries on with a broken prayer inside his chest and a heart that won't be gone. I watched my father bend with years, never showing half his fears. He kept his sorrow folded tight and worked it down by candlelight. Mama knew but never said. She just bowed her silver head. Some homes don't break with falling beams, they're breaking small and silent things. I used to think I'd be more free than all the men who came before me. But blood remembers, roots run deep, and some old wounds refuse to sleep. A man can only carry so much before his hands begin to shake, before the road beneath his feet starts asking what it takes. A man can only carry so much with a broken prayer inside his chest, and a heart that won't be gone. I don't need the world to know how far a tired soul can go. I don't need a crown or sign to prove this pain was mine. If I lay it down someday, let the dirt take what it may. But until that morning comes, I'll carry what I've become. A man can only carry so much before his hands begin to shake, before the road beneath his feet starts asking what it takes. A man can only carry so much, but still he carries on with a broken prayer inside his chest, and a heart that won't be gone. A man can only carry so much, and somehow still survives with all that weight beneath his ribs and quiet in his eyes. Let the evening settle slow, let the long road take me home. I have been bent by grief and dust. A man can only carry so much. I used to think the silence came to bury what was left of my name. It filled the house, it filled the road, it sat beside the dead side. But silence never raised a hand, never asked me to explain the man. It never laughed at where I'd been, it only let me breathe again. Nobody knew what I became when I stopped fighting all that pain. But in the dark where voices fade, I found what the silence saved. What the silence saved was the last of me, a tired heart, a little dignity. What the silence saved was a breath I gave away when the world got loud and hard. The quiet let me stay. I had a love I couldn't hold, a bed that turned to winter cold, a friend who left when times got thin, a prayer I never finished in. I wore the years like second skin, letting all the weather in. Some men get loud when they feel small. I went quiet through it all. They thought my silence meant defeat, like I had fallen at their feet. But silence held me like a grave, then gave me back What the silence said was the last of me. A tired heart, a little dignity. What the silence said was a breath I gave away when the world got loud and hard. The quiet let me stay. Quiet let me stay. I don't need to tell it all. Every room and every fall, some truths live beneath the tongue. Some songs stay forever unsung. If I speak less than before, it's because I listen more. And what I heard beneath the pain was my own heart call my name. What the silence said was the last of me. A tired heart, a little dignity, yeah. What the silence said was a breath I gave away when the world got loud and hard. The quiet let me stay. What the silence said was the man I nearly lost, not free from pain, but worth the cost. So let the quiet walk with me like an old friend patiently. I won't curse the empty space. It gave my broken soul a place. No bright salvation, no parade, no golden door, no debt repaid. Just one more morning softly made by what the silence said.